Y'all already know what it is. Salute, salute, salute. All my generals, all my lions, all my real men. Running with love, twins. Definitely got some shit to get into. Couple of things that need to get addressed. Off the top of my head, I already know what it is that I that I need to address. But first, hit the subs, hit the shares. You know what I'm saying? Hit the comments up. Let me know whatever it is that y'all feeling, what y'all want me to talk about, what y'all want me to address. Y'all already know what it is. I'll definitely try to respond to as many things I remember. I do look at the comments. I even post on the comments sometimes. I'm never gonna go back and forth with nobody that doesn't agree with what I'm saying, but I would definitely, if I feel that they just misguided or they wrong, I'll address it very briefly. Maybe just say a sentence and that's it. But one of the things that brought up to my attention was the somebody, I don't know. Basically, he was saying that talking about two upper in C74 Rikers Island. And two upper, for anybody that's familiar, like through the 90s, mid 90s, possibly even the early 2000s, two upper Chop Chop was also always known predominantly for being a blood house. So in 1998, I was coming back down for resentencing because I was fighting another case, another assault charge for a cutting that I caught in Bronx Supreme Court. So I was coming from upstate and I got sent back down. I was still adolescent. So when I got sent back down, I had a 97 number, 97A number. I got sent back down, 9-8. And when I came back down 9-8, they sent me to two upper. Now one side, I believe it was the south side, could be the north side, I forget. One side was predominantly all blood. The other side was predominantly all 5%ers. And they had like maybe one or two stragglers in there that was homies, that was bloods. But they wasn't like the ones that was really calling the shots. It was the 5%ers that was doing it. That is the side that I landed on. And in 1998, we made history. I talked about this in one of my old videos, like a month or two back, so I'm not gonna get all into it again. Maybe I will get into it again down the road, but we made history. I made history. Along with my son, Puppet, grimy as he is, he was there with me. My nigga Ho, another nigga, grimy as he is, and he was blood. But he was on some shit where, fuck it, I mean, because I know him from the town. He was there. Some fat motherfucker called Cheeseburger. Yeah, I said it, Cheeseburger. That nigga was big as shit, bro. Real big fat, hence his name, Cheeseburger. And he was a good dude from the Bronx, but a bit of a crash dummy, if I must be honest. He wasn't really wrapped too tight. And you had this Dominican nigga called Bori. And then you had this other nigga called Menon. It's a lot of people that I'm not even remembering to mention, but the niggas that got ran out that house, the niggas that was running that house was non-Taurus, AKA Knowledge. Then you had some other nigga called Sun God. Then you had some other nigga called Don P, who was my nigga. Shout out to Don P. Don P was an official dude. He got caught up in the mix because we was taking the house and those were his bros and they had to go. It was an awkward situation. I talk about that shit on my last video. We ran them niggas out the house and we took the house. For the first time ever in 1998, two upper became a Spanish house. Right across from the Bloods. They was right across from us. Somebody said that the war was over in 9-8. I got re-locked up again in 2000. And the bros and the kings were still popping on each other in certain spots. In certain spots they wasn't. In certain spots they was. And that was in 2000. I got sent up top in 2001. Yeah, the war was technically over, and guess what? It was still shit that sometimes was popping. So When that war officially stopped, I believe it's like after '01. That's when shit really started slowing down. And niggas was on that 5 Love shit. But all that 9-8 shit, nigga, 9-7, 9-6, nigga, we was in the mix of shit and shit was real. Alright, so that's the 2 Upper shit. MK. Now I know this nigga MK personally. So I'm not talking about somebody that I wasn't around. I know him personally from the streets, and I know him from jail. And on top of that, I know his co-defendant, sidekick, who was his crimey. I also know his wife, rest in peace. I'm talking about MK's wife, which was sidekick's sister. This story, that whole shit is crazy. And I can't get into details or anything because whenever you have situations where they say, you know, people got killed, there's no statute of limitations on that. So I'm not going to be running around here talking about shit when it comes to supposedly people that have gotten murdered. What I will say is this. I don't know where MK was at in the 90s in the island, but I don't remember him ever being in 9-6, 9-7, 9-8. And if he was, then that means he must be older than me and he's an adult. And as far as I'm known, he's not. I believe the motherfucker's my age, so his name rings bells because of money. I'm not saying he was a pussy nigga trying to say, yo, I'm not saying MK was pussy. I know he's not pussy. But he wasn't a shooter like that. He was more of a lion, I can't lie. He was more of somebody that plays chess versus plays checkers. And to put the work in when the work needs to get put in. I'll give him that. He was more like, you know that dude, that show that they got on FX, Snowfall? I would give MK that. He's like that dude, the black kid on Franklin, right? That's his name, Franklin? I think that's his name. He's like that dude from Snowfall. More of a thinker, but he will put work in. But I'm just saying, like on the island, somebody said he cut a nieta, but all right, I wasn't on the island now for not I was still in. I was in Spofford and doing DFY and all that shit. And I got Spofford stories too, twin. So, that MK shit, what I'm asking is this. So, who was his GF and when the fuck did he blood in? Because when we was locked up on the island, when I got locked up and I caught my new one in 2000, that's when he was on the island. You know what I'm saying? And around 2000 and 2001 is when we crossed paths. Again, and this time on the island though. Like before that was like in the 90s, but he was still a free man and we met in Jimmy's Cafe. So, and he wasn't homely at the time. I don't remember him wearing a bunch of red or nothing like that back then. But I could be wrong, I ain't gonna lie. And yeah, I know he's not from the Bronx. He's from LES, but he stayed in the Bronx. His wifey was from the Bronx. His crimey, which was sidekick, is from the Bronx. 107 on Elliott, Townsend, all that area. He was getting money in the Bronx. He was doing his thing. That's how I met him. So all I'm saying is, like, as far as MK, shout out to MK, nothing but love for the nigga. Me and him ain't never had no beef because, like I told you, I knew him personally from the town. We did cross paths when I was in the building, when I was in the island. I believe it was, oh yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all about that. I'm about to tell y'all about that right now. This was in OBCC or the Beacon. Them two buildings, sometimes I be getting some of my, like the stories, like whether it was that building or this building, a little bit mixed up, I'll be honest with y'all, because those are like the two main buildings and adults that I was in before I went up north. So sometimes shit could get a little mixed up, like which house I was at, which building I was at exactly. Something is telling me it's the Beacon, but then it's like a part of me is saying now it's OBCC, so I'm like a little bit like 50-50. But anyway, before I get into this shit, one more thing. I apologize. I was talking about the first Spanish Bloods last video, and I brought up some names. MK was one of them, and I said some nigga called Gotti. It was not Gotti. His name is Bloody Guilty. Bloody Guilty. I seen the comments, somebody asked you, what about Guilty? I'm like, yo, that's what I'm talking about. But then I'm like, oh shit, I was saying Gotti. I got Gotti mixed up. Gotti is somebody else. He wasn't affiliated at the time, and he was also putting in the work, but But it's not who I'm talking about. I'm talking about guilty. Dominican guilty from, that nigga like half Washington Heights, half the Bronx ass nigga. official nigga. Was with me in Wyoming also. My nigga don't play no games. He put that work in. He stopped fucking with the Bloods. Called out some homies, wanted to go gun to gun with the nigga in Wyoming. That's a whole nother story. I could talk about that because we strapped him up and everything. Like, we was in the yard out there holding, like, it was a crazy situation. And he was in my house in Wyoming. And I knew him from the island too, but when we was in the island, though, we was trying to get at each other. But anyway, not like get at each other like we physically knew each other, but he was Blood. I heard it guilty, he was Spanish. And if you're Spanish and you Blood at that time, that's like you got an extra target on your back. Because like I said, it just shows your true colors. Your true colors is that you have no loyalty. You know, you're all over the place. But Guilty didn't turn Blood and then turn King. He went from Blood to just nothing, neutral, and held his own shit down. So salute to my nigga Guilty. I was going on in the building when he went home. My nigga did like 16 joints, nothing but love, Guilty. Holla at your twin. The Hollywood knockout party, twins. Let's get into it. So, it's the Beacon. It's the Beacon and OBCC. He was in both those buildings. So you see, that's why my shit sometimes I be like trying to remember, like, yo, where we was at. So let's keep it a buck. This one right now, I believe is in OBCC, right? So the nigga Hollywood is like the CEO's best friend. And I don't mean it on some bitch shit on his part. What I'm trying to say is that the CEOs love this nigga because the Bloods was always wilding. The Bloods had mad numbers. So the Bloods was making problems, having these motherfucking CEOs have to fucking do paperwork. Just always like talking shit, disrespect. So certain CEOs that were steadies in some of these houses that was all blood houses with top dogs in those houses used to get fed up. He used to be like, yo, y'all niggas always talking all that tough shit. How about we do, and they end up lining up some shit. They put some shit together to where they ask homies in every house. Real talk. The CEO, I forget the captain's name. This wasn't the full building, so I'm not talking about that Billy. I forget the motherfucker's name. But it's in OBCC or the Beacon, one of the fucking buildings. So the nigga comes, and the nigga's like, yo, he goes to houses, a correction officer, you know what I'm saying, the captain, right? And they go to the blocks. They go to my house, right? And when they come to my house, they're like, yo, oh, it's the Beacon, it's the Beacon. I know why I remember, because of the nigga Barry. Barry's one of the ones that got it home with the nigga Hollywood. And he put his hand, and that was the Beacon 8 boy. So this is the Beacon I'm talking about. So the police and the captains come to the house. They're like, yo, listen, anybody want to shoot 5 with the crip, nigga, Hollywood. He's calling out all the big homies. The CEO and the captain is going to the main houses where all the Bloods is at. Like, which one of y'all want to shoot 5 with Hollywood? Niggas is throwing their hands up. Why not? Niggas throwing their hands up. They're like, yo, we take 1 from one house, 2 from another. Like, they was taking 1 dude, maybe 2 from the houses that they went to in the projects. Because in the Beacon, you got the projects and the annex is like supposedly like, you know, easy money. It's not as crazy. So they get homies from all the houses. Now, some of the CEOs that I fuck with, like my son GQ, that was his name. GQ, that was a CEO nigga from the Bronx, pretty boy ass nigga. He used to fuck with the bros hard. He was a 4 upper. So he's like, yo, True, you wanna come? I'm about to go to the gym. So they was in the gym. I already know what's going on. We about to go see what's going on with the Bloods and the Crip niggas. So I'm like, yo, they having a meeting. So the way I'm lying. I'm not lying, but basically it was a meeting, but they said the end result could just lead to a fade type shit. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like they went to the houses, talked to all the big homies, and they was like, yo, listen, we're gonna have a little powwow. You know what I'm saying? 9 times out of 10, though, if people feel a certain type of way, we could allow the fade to happen. You know what I'm saying? Niggas could shoot the 5. So that's basically what happened. Then the CO and the camp, they went around to those houses and started hollering at the homies. Now I'm in the house with one of them, they come, 5 up, another nigga. Barry was there, some nigga called Razor. Both of them niggas put their hands up. Both of them ended up going too. I ended up going too, not to fight, I'm going as a witness. As a witness. They was taking witnesses, my nigga, from certain houses too, to verify this shit that's happening so that the word could circulate around the building about what's gonna happen. Now, at the time, I didn't realize that shit, but our people, when I'm there, we go to the gymnasium, my nigga. In the gym, no lie, it had to be at least like, at least like 12, 15 bloods, 16 bloods, maybe, I don't think 20, but around like close to 20 bloods, all bloods. You had like another fucking like 6, 8 COs. And then you had me from 4 Upper. Salute to my bro, King Bam. Bam was there also, that's my twin. And salute to the LKG twin, Trouble, because they was there with me too. So now we go, we're witnesses, bro. We basically there just in the cut. You know what I'm saying? What happens? Niggas is talking, niggas is doing their little powwow shit. The police is talking, the campers is talking, and they're like, yo, we trying to, because they're trying to dead the beef. All the Crips is only in one house. One house and one house only. They are not living nowhere else. They're all in one house. So it's like, it's probably like 3 Crips, maybe 4. I believe Storm, shout out to Storm, was one of them. I know Hollywood was there, and I forget who was the other ones that was there, but I ain't gonna lie. So what happens is shit starts going left. Blood niggas is talking that saucy, spicy, bang, bang, bang shit. Niggas is like, you know what, this shit ain't going nowhere. Fuck it. So niggas is like, yo, they just gonna shoot 5 who first. The nigga takes his shirt off, steps in, because it's like basically a 360 for y'all. Like we basically like in a circle now in the gym floor, in the beacon. And it's a circle. You got a bunch of blood niggas, you got COs, you got a couple of kings, not a lot. You got some neutral niggas, or the new KC. I don't know if y'all know or heard of this nigga KC. He was nice with his hands too, I heard. He was in the building also. Now I'm gonna tell you the homies that was there. They took Sherm the Worm out the box, because Sherm was in the box in the beacon, right? And he was more like on CMC, not just like regular box time. He was CMC. He was done, like he was one of them niggas already to the point where his name was just ringing too much and he couldn't be in general pop. He got permission from the Camptons, because he's the big homie at the time. And he was there also. They got a nigga from the box that's there. You know what I'm saying? With like 2, 3 COs around the nigga. You got the blood niggas there. Frankwhite was there. bronxtale was there. I heard somebody ask about bronxtale. Yeah, I know bronxtale personally from Spofford and then up top. Sherm was there. Desperado, that's another one. He came from 8 Block. And I was in 8 Block with Despo. Shout out to Despo. And Grip. All these niggas that I'm talking about was niggas that was feisty niggas. Bust they gun ass niggas. They had a nice little rep for themselves. They had heart. I don't think none of them niggas I can say, like, unfortunately, except for Barry. Barry was pussy. I found that out down the road. But other ones, they was official niggas. You know what I'm saying? So, first one up. Oh, this nigga Flytay. The nigga Ty. Flytay, I believe he's from Brownsville or some shit like that. He had a little rep. He was nice with his hands. Flytay was the first one to step up for 5 minutes. Nigga step up. All I know is it was like one swing, and after that one swing was pop, bing, gone. I'm like, what the fuck? Yo, the nigga Fly, yo, he swang, son just weaved it, and just 2-piece the shit out of Ty, knocked him out. 2.5, fuck 1.5, nigga 1.2 seconds. He laid Ty out. Niggas was like, oh shit. Ty had a little Ty had weight on him, and Ty had height on him. Cause Hollywood is not the tallest motherfucker in the world. So that's the first one. Niggas gotta wake him up. Yo, you behind the homies? Like, yo, you good? He wasn't even blood. Ty wasn't homie, but he used to rock with the homies hard. And up top, he ended up turning blood because I was with him at Attica and he was homie up top. I believe he was gorilla too. He was strong. So the nigga Ty, he got laid out, sleep. I ain't gonna say he was snoring, but he got knocked out. That was the first one. Nigga Hottie was like, yo, what up? Who next? Let's get this shit over with. Word the mother, my nigga ain't like that. Who next? Let's get this shit over with. Shit. I'm like, yo, bang, you see this shit, my nigga? He's like, yo. So who's the next one to come up? Desperado. Desperado was taller than him. Desperado was like 6'2", 6'1". Despo he's like a G.I. Joe. He got like, man, like ripped up top with like skinny ass fucking legs. He ain't got no legs. Like them nigga had toothpicks. What happened? Another knockout. Oh shit. None of that shit didn't last a minute. I don't even think 30 seconds. The next one, bronxtale. Bro, I felt sorry for bronxtale before he even started. bronxtale was a skinny ass Puerto Rican nigga. He was like my size, maybe smaller. And shorter than me. I'm 5'8", 5'9". That nigga was like 5'6". He had a lot of heart. He went in there. Bro, and he got ragged, my nigga. I ain't even gonna lie. bronxtale got ragged, my nigga. bronxtale got ragged. Like, he didn't, the crazy shit is that he didn't knock bronxtale out. So bronxtale, that nigga was on meds too back then. I remember my son was like, that's a whole other story. But my nigga was a little fucked up in the head. He had wild heart. I don't know if Hollywood was playing with him or he was trying to knock the nigga out, but he was tagging the shit out the nigga. The bronxtale shit went along with all of them because he didn't knock out bronxtale, but he beat the brakes out of the nigga. Yo, my nigga had everything, everywhere, bro. He looked everywhere, bro. Lip, like to the point where the police like, yo, that's it. They couldn't even let it go 5 minutes. They had to stop the fight. That's a TKO. That's real talk, twins. The nigga was no joke with his hands. I can't even lie, bro. Sherman the Worm there is watching all of this shit as a witness, my nigga. He over there in the back like this in disbelief. I'm like, yo, my nigga. He like, yeah, I see this bullshit going on right now. Yo, y'all motherfucking homies, but he start talking shit to the homies now. Who step up? frankwhite. And I know Frankwhite personally. Why? I'm from the Bronx, my nigga. I'm from Cypress, Millbrook Projects. I know his brother. Rest in peace. So anyway, what happened to this nigga Frank? Unfortunately, he got knocked out. Frank got knocked the fuck out. In like 20 seconds, my nigga. That fat nigga, he wasn't even fat. I can't say Frank was fat, but he definitely wasn't an in shape ass nigga. Like that. I mean, I can't say he was fat. He wasn't fat. He had a little weight with him, you know what I'm saying? But he wasn't no fit ass nigga either. And it wasn't hard to tell. Yo, my nigga, that shit did not last longer than 30 seconds. And Frank was sitting on his ass like this, knocked out. Back then, if niggas was wilding with the cell phones, it would have been over. There was no cell phones popping like that back then. Niggas was still doing the chirp. Niggas wasn't even there. It wasn't no, this is 2000, my nigga, 2001. Let's get into it. Hollywood knocked out Frankwhite. He knocked out Desperado. He beat the brakes off of bronxtale. This is all flytay. This is all in less than like a half an hour, my nigga. And he's still in there like this. Yo, what up, who next? What up, who next, my nigga? What up, who next? This nigga was like, the COs was in love with him because it was like he, for them, was the one when a blood nigga was acting tough or acting like they was like, not even a blood nigga. Any nigga that was acting all crazy and extra, they'd be like, all right. You think you tough? I just go to the gym. Yo, the gym in the Beacon was an arena for the fucking knockout king. And I gotta give it to him. Salute to that nigga Hollywood, cause he was knocking niggas out left and right, bro. And it was all homies. Unfortunately, niggas don't want to hear that shit, but it's the truth, my nigga. It's the fucking truth. And y'all niggas can deny it all y'all want, act like I'm trying to blood bash. I'm not. I fuck with a lot of homies. I'm just saying the truth. He was knocking y'all niggas all the fuck out. And who's gonna deny it? That's what I want to say. Holla at you too. Let's get it.